Okay, so two stocks I'm going to talk about today for my technical analysis are going to be BTBT, that's Bit Digital, and I'm going to be talking about IPOF as well. So let's get right into it. So first off, we've got BTBT, and there's a couple of reasons why I think this is going to do well over the next couple of days. So it's a crypto play, it's a mining play, and with Bitcoin rallying right now, I do think we're going to see another big Bitcoin rally, which means that Bitcoin stocks will rally as well with it. But it's not just that. I think the technicals look really good too. We've got, we are trading back over this 50-day moving average. We're crossing on the MACD. We've got this really nice upwards movement, a lot of volume today, and we're kind of just riding this upper Bollinger Band, right? Which looks really good. So I do think we see resistance at 22 and a half. So I'd maybe scale out there, but this is just on the 4 hour, right? So on the daily, we can see we've got this really nice big green candle. We broke over this resistance that we were having. We held over it, which is really big. So I do think we can see some continuation tomorrow into next week, hopefully. We're still overbought. We're still in fair value on the RSI. We're curling up on the MACD, looking really nice. We got some good volume. I do really like this one a lot. I think there's a lot of potential here for just as like a regular swing. I do like this one a lot. And then the next one I want to talk about is IPOF. So this isn't really as much of a tech play. It's more of like a hold it and just wait. It's a Chamath SPAC, right? So you've seen this guy Chamath. He puts out SPACs. He puts out a lot of SPACs, and they're very successful usually, or all of them are very successful. Open Door was one, uh, and we can see this rallied massively from its lows all the way up to 32, and this was pre ticker change, right? So I think it was IPOC before or IPOB, but then you can go over to Clove, which is another one, and this one has taken a little bit of a beating recently, but it got up all the way to 17 and a half, right? So you can look at like IPOE as well. They just released they're not just released, but they released a letter of intent to acquire SoFi, like one of the finance platforms, and they rallied, up. This was up more than 50% in a day. So you can see that these stocks IPO. It's mainly right now it's IPOF and IPOD. And these are two stocks that I really think are just add money to plays whenever you see a dip because the potential for them to rally is just massive. I think there's a lot of potential here once they get a letter of intent. Chamath really picks these big name companies: Clover Health, Open Door, SoFi. These are big name companies, a lot of potential, very disruptive as well. He likes picking disruptive stocks, so I do think there's a lot of potential here. Looking back at the IPOF chart, we can see we hit oversold a little bit ago at around 12-ish, 13-ish. So I do really like this one. We got some volume. We are slowing down on the MACD as well. While I don't think this will pop over tomorrow, I do think there's a significant. I do think it's very undervalued right now. The real reason we saw this big cool off is because Chamath was endorsing like GameStop and these kind of riskier moves, so people were a little nervous. You saw kind of like the same thing with Tesla when Elon Musk talked about the Cybertruck. You saw a lot of investors pulling money out, but we see where Tesla is at right now. So I don't really see a difference between those two things. But this is a really strong play. I would think. I think you could see at least 20-25% in maybe the next like month or two. Even more possibly if they acquire something big, some kind of EV company or something massive. I do really like both of those plays. So that's going to be my technical analysis for the day. I'm going to look at more stuff to talk about, but I hope you guys enjoyed.